The number one mistake you make at the table in Thailand, the Thai know a few unwritten rules. Dress and punctuality, first impressions matter. In Thailand, the way you present yourself at a social invitation is a direct extension of the respect you have for the host and their home. Dress, always clean and modest. Dress conveys respect, especially in a formal context like a hosted dinner. Cleanliness and order, the fundamental rule is to show up in clean and tidy clothes. A well-groomed appearance signals that the occasion of the invitation has been taken seriously. Modesty, although casual dress is the norm in everyday life, modesty is always recommended for a private dinner. Avoid excessively revealing clothing, plunging necklines, or tank tops. A button-down shirt or polo shirt for men, and a dress or blouse with pants skirt that cover the shoulders and knees for women are always safe choices. Asking for instructions. If you're unsure about the level of formality, don't hesitate to ask another guest or the host for advice. It's better to be safe than sorry than to risk making your host uncomfortable. Punctuality, respect for time. Thais are generally flexible with social hours, but it's always good to show consideration for your host's time. Punctual arrival, try to arrive on time. This is a courtesy that shows the host you're not abusing their availability. Flexibility accepted. Unlike rigidly punctual cultures, in Thailand, a slight delay of a few minutes, often up to 10 to 15 minutes, is not considered an offense, especially given the unpredictability of city traffic. Don't overdo it. Avoid excessive delays without warning. If you expect to arrive more than 15 to 20 minutes late, it's good manners to send a text or make a quick phone call to inform the host and apologize. What to eat and how, the ritual of rice and cutlery. When sitting at the table in Thailand, the basic rules of what and how to eat are simple but essential for integration and respect. The heart of the dish, rice. Rice, cow, is more than a side dish. It is the unifying and sacred element of Thai cuisine, present in almost every meal, whether steamed or sticky, cow neo. Do not waste. It is considered wasteful and almost offensive to leave rice on your plate. Rice has historically been vital to subsistence and carries with it an almost spiritual value of abundance and thanksgiving. Strive to always finish the rice on your plate, even if you can't finish the rest of the dish. Proper use of cutlery. Forget knives and, in most cases, chopsticks. Thai food, served in manageable pieces, is eaten with a specific set of cutlery. Spoon and fork. The only utensils provided are spoon and fork. A knife is not provided, the meat is already cut. The golden rule, the fork, held in the left hand, is used solely to push food and rice onto the spoon. Never bring the fork directly to your mouth, as this is considered a gross violation of etiquette. The dominant spoon, the spoon, held in the right hand, or the left for left-handed people, to bring food to the mouth, is the primary eating tool. Each bite of food, be it rice, curry, or meat, must be picked up and brought to the mouth using only the spoon. Exceptions. When to use chopsticks and hands. Although the spoon and fork are the primary eating utensils, Thai cuisine has two notable exceptions, strictly related to the type of food. Chopsticks for noodles. The only time it is customary to use chopsticks is when eating noodles, as in the case of kway tiao, noodle soup. In this context, etiquette is similar to Chinese or Japanese etiquette. Sticky rice, cow neo. Sticky rice, cow neo, typical of the northeast region, Isan, is the only form of rice that can be eaten without cutlery. Hand use. Traditionally, sticky rice is enjoyed with the fingers. A small piece of rice is broken off and shaped into a compact ball, which is then used to scoop up the curry or side dish. The right hand rule. If eating with your hands, it's essential to use only your right hand. In many Asian cultures, including Thailand, the left hand is traditionally reserved for hygiene and is considered unclean for touching shared food. Dining with others, sharing etiquette. Mealtime in Thailand is a communal event. Table etiquette is designed to ensure everyone feels included, respected, and has equal access to food. Family service. Centered dishes. The main dishes are served simultaneously and arranged in the center of the table, in what is known as family style. Each person uses their own spoon to take small portions from the shared dishes and transfer them to their own plate, which primarily contains rice. The last bit rule. Start as soon as you're served. You don't have to wait until everyone is served to start eating. You can start as soon as your rice dish is ready, preventing the dishes from getting cold. Don't empty the communal plate. The most important rule of courtesy is, never take the last bite from the communal plate. Leaving a small portion left on the shared plate is a gesture of kreng jay, consideration and respect, which signals to other diners that the dish is still available for anyone to help themselves. Emptying a plate is seen as greed. Helping yourself again. Wait for offering. Avoid serving yourself a second portion directly from the shared plates on your own initiative. Always wait for the host or an older guest to offer it to you or give you implicit permission, for example, by explicitly offering the dish or encouraging you to take more. This act of being served or invited is an integral part of the ritual of hospitality. Small gestures of etiquette, signaling the end of a meal. The conclusion of a meal, just like the beginning, is marked by specific gestures that convey gratitude and respect. The full plate rule. Showing satiety. When you've finished eating and feel full, it's customary to leave a small morsel of food, not rice, on your plate. This is a subtle gesture to communicate to your host that you've eaten enough and are fully satisfied with the meal. Crucial exception, never rice. While it's polite to leave food behind, the ironclad rule of finishing all the rice still applies. Leaving rice behind is, as mentioned, wasteful, so be sure to clear your plate of rice even if you leave some curry or vegetables. The final position of cutlery. The end signal. To clearly signal that your meal is complete and that your guest may collect your plate, place your spoon and fork on the bowl or plate. The 5 and 25 position. Thai etiquette suggests positioning your cutlery so that it resembles the hands of a clock at 5 and 25. The fork and spoon should be placed parallel or neatly crossed on the side of the plate. Don't lick your fingers. Cleanliness. Although using sticky rice, cow neo, may require the use of your fingers, it is considered rude and unhygienic to lick your fingers at the table. Use a napkin or damp cloth, if provided, to discreetly clean your hands. Be careful what you eat and drink. Practical health notes. While Thai cuisine is delicious, there are some hygiene precautions every foreign guest should follow, whether eating at home or out, to ensure a hassle-free trip. Water and beverages. Tap water. The most important rule is not to drink tap water unless you are sure it has been boiled. In Thailand, drinking water is almost always provided in sealed bottles. Use bottled water even for brushing your teeth. Ice. Many restaurants and bars use commercially produced ice, often cylinder-shaped with a hole in the center, which is safe. However, if you have any doubts about the origin of the ice, it's best to ask or avoid it. Raw and fresh food. Salads. Be careful with raw vegetables, especially salads. If they have been washed with unpurified water, they can carry bacteria. It's advisable to avoid eating salads in places where hygiene is unsafe, unless you're staying with someone you trust. Fruit. A simple but effective precaution is to always peel fruit before eating it, even if you're tempted to eat it with the peel. This significantly reduces the risk of ingesting pesticide residues or surface bacteria. Who pays the bill? Golden rules to avoid gaffes. In Thailand, managing the bill at the table is a matter of social etiquette that has little to do with the exact amount of food consumed. Rather, it is an exercise in prestige, hospitality, and respect for hierarchies. The guest always pays. The role of the host. The general rule is clear. In a social or formal context, the person who extended the invitation always pays. This is a gesture of generosity and acceptance of responsibility. Social status. Often, the person who pays the bill is also the one with the highest social or professional status, or simply the person who earned the most. Never suggest sharing. No splitting. Unlike many Western customs, you should never suggest splitting the bill, Roman style. This gesture is unusual in Thai culture and is perceived as a lack of consideration for the host's generosity. Offer, but don't insist. You can make a token attempt to pay or leave a tip, but if the host insists on covering the cost, accept with a smile and a sincere thank you. Kop kun ka crap. The danger of kineo. Dating a Thai woman. When going on a date, it's implicit that the man will pay the bill. Offering to split or suggesting a Roman split can have negative social consequences. The meaning of stingy. If you act stingy or cheap, either toward your date or the rest of the group, you risk being labeled kineo. This term means stingy or stingy and is a social criticism best avoided. At the restaurant, how to call the waiter. This is a crucial practical detail when eating out. Thai courtesy rules also apply when in a public place, and the way you interact with the service staff is crucial to showing respect. The correct gesture. Hand downward. If you need to call the waiter, the most discreet and polite way is to make a small hand gesture, keeping the palm facing down and wiggling the fingers. This is a recognized non-verbal signal that requests the staff's attention. Calling nong. Alternatively, you can call the waiter or waitress using the term nong, which literally means younger brother, sister. This term is a polite and common way to address younger people, even if you don't know their name, establishing a friendly and respectful tone. What to absolutely avoid. No snapping your fingers. Never snap your fingers to get the attention of the service staff. This is considered extremely rude, overbearing, and disrespectful. Raising your voice. Likewise, avoid raising your voice or shouting to attract the staff from a distance. Maintain a calm tone and wait patiently for the server to notice your polite gesture. Conclusion. Eating in Thailand is much more than a meal. It's a complete immersion in the culture, mutual respect, and kindness. It's not about memorizing an endless list of rules, but about understanding the underlying principle of them all, social harmony, Kreng J. Every gesture, from the way you hold your spoon, to not taking the last bite, to paying the bill, is a way of showing consideration for others. By following these simple guidelines, you'll not only avoid embarrassing situations at the table, but you'll also demonstrate a deep appreciation for Thai hospitality, and you'll earn the admiration and smiles of your guests. Kop Kun Mark Ka Krap. Thank you very much.